Accuracy and power shots in Rocket League is one of the most overlooked aspects of the game at a low and mid level, but we're here to change that. Hey guys, I'm Fluffalz. I coach the ECC and Nitro League roster for Astro Allegiance, and I've had many years of coaching experience. Before we get into the video, I just want to say, make sure you join our Discord, which is in the description, like the video, and of course, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Before we get into the pack itself, you'll see some nice placed shots in the background while I'm speaking. And I'll be talking a bit about shooting in general first, so we can understand the benefits of good placement. Players that are new to the game first learn how to shoot, and then once you've progressed a bit further, you then learn all the types of shots you can do, right up to SSL. Most players rely on their in-game experiences and just grinding the game in general to refine their accuracy of their shots. But today I'll be showing you how you can actively improve your shooting, and this will help you climb the ranks, seeing as you'll be able to place the ball wherever you want on net. So you want to be able to shoot just like this? Well, these guys started out doing my training regime, just like you all about to do. Now, a disclaimer beforehand, to refine and improve your accuracy and shooting consistency, you'll need to do this pack at least once before playing an actual game every day. Practice makes perfect after all. I would also highly recommend installing the Buckus mod plugin called On Target, which will show you exactly where your shots land and shooting percentage on each type of shot you've taken. This will also help you determine if your placements are on point. Okay, so let's get started with the training pack. We have a very simple shot. This is how you start warming up your shooting before getting into your games. So we just want to try to hit the ball in the beginning. This pattern will repeat itself for most of the shots in the training pack. First, we're going to hit the ball as hard as we can, no matter in what direction. Now we want to do that until we're comfortable hitting the ball very hard with the corner of our car. After that, we are going to try to slowly put the ball in the direction of the goal. So basically just putting shots on target. And we're going to do some repetitions of this as well. This is so you can get your muscle memory used to shooting on net out of these angles. Finally, once we've put all of our shots on net consistently, we're going to start with the actual accuracy training. That's what I thought. You thought we were just going to put shots on net. No. But that's not the goal here. Well, actually it is the goal, but not the one I'm talking about. As I said in the introduction, we want to train ourselves to put the shots wherever we want to. This means also training our muscle memory to putting shots left, right, top, and bottom. This will also help you consciously place your shots and not just banging the ball onto the net. Thinking about placing your shots is the first step to actually placing your shots. Now, you might think this is a dumb statement, but most Rocket League players that I know don't actively and consciously think about their placements, which is like 99% of placing the ball on goal. Let's see what this looks like for the other shots in the pack. So as for the first shot, we have the second shot, which is a slow roller. So if you can see, I'll activate the shot and it just rolls slowly towards your net. Now this shot is basically what you're trying to do is you're going to have one touch and then you're going to shoot it, right? So you're going to come across, got one little tap, and then you're going to shoot it. So just as we did with the first shot, we're going to practice it a few times, just hitting the ball hard, no matter where it goes. If it misses, that's perfectly fine. We're just going to try to tap, and then we're just going to try to hit it hard. And once you're comfortable hitting it hard, then you start shooting it more on net. So you try aiming it a bit more, still getting the power. The power is the important part, because we don't want to practice bad shots. And then we can start placing them left, right, up, down, whatever you want to do. So practice that, get the repetitions in. For the next shot, we have a slow roller across. So this is basically the same thing. So you can practice doing like a little one touch, like a soft touch, and then maybe waiting and then going into a shot. So that's like creating power from nothing kind of thing. Or you can just shoot it as it is, like a pass, for example. Again, practice getting power on the ball. So like do this a bit. Make sure that ball is like really zooming, you know, like not that. Like make sure it's really flying. You can even hit it away from net, that's perfectly fine. Then try to put that a bit more on net. So okay, we're getting here, we're getting a bit closer. Okay, that's on net, that's good. That's a bit on net, that's good. And then we're gonna try, okay, we're gonna go only left now. So I go left, and then I go left, and then I go left. So that's kind of how we're going to do all of the shots in this pack. So the next shot is a bit of a doozy, which is a bit of like a slow chip infield. So we're going to just take this and we're just going to yeet it into the net. This is a bit of an easier one. I don't really think you need to practice the power on this first because you get the power automatically. And putting this on net is pretty easy. This is basically just so that you can practice getting the angles on the front and back posts. So that is what we're going to be doing there. So a bit like this. The other shot is, this is a bit more of a difficult one. Basically, after the wall bounce, you're going to want to just try to score this. So on this one, the placement isn't too important. If you want to practice placement on this one as well, that's also fine. We're going to practice again, hitting the ball hard first. So that's the important part, that we get the power on it and we understand, okay, this is how I got to hit it to get the power on it. And then once we've done that, we want to, okay, now I'm going to put it more on net with that power. Didn't go into the net, but that's perfectly fine because that's what we're supposed to be doing. We just want to get it in the direction. So maybe think of it more as like a strong pass into the midfield. That's what I could maybe recommend. And once we've done that a few times, then we can start going, okay, now I'm going to try to aim it on net. So it might take a bit of time beforehand, but in no time, we're going to be able to just launch that thing on net, right? So bit of power first, bit of accuracy, and then kind of launch it towards net. If you want to, you can also use this as rebound training. So if you're like, okay, I want to hit it onto the back wall, and then I want to wait for the rebound and reading the rebound and then having it in, that's also perfectly fine. So this next shot is a bit of a different one. It's going to go to our half. We're going to take a very specific route, and then we're going to catch it, right? So we're going to be, it's going to fly over here. So that's basically how the ball path is. And we're going to take this boost, this boost, this boost, go back, and then we're going to shoot it. So this is more of like a retreating counter shot. So we're going to grab boosts here, and then we're going to turn around, and then we're going to shoot it, right? And again, make sure you get that power, because as this is like a counter shot, and we want this to be a bit surprising, we don't want it lacking power, right? So again, we're getting used to the path, we're getting used to the power. We're like, okay, that's how I put the power onto the ball. And then I'm going to try putting it a bit more into the direction of the net. I always say like a good power shot is somewhere between like 90 and 100. If you can get it higher, which I don't think is possible, go for it. And again, this isn't like an aerial pack, so don't try doing like this shit. It's not gonna work. So we just want to get a nice little turn and then a nice little boom on net. So that's basically what this pack is there for. So I'm going to turn here, turn it around, and just slam it on net as like a little surprise shot for our opponents. The 7th shot in the pack, you might think, what the hell is this, Fluffalz? I thought this was a shooting pack, not a goalie pack. Well, basically, it's kind of half-half. So I want to do a back post rotation here, go into net, and then clear it out. That's basically all this shot is. So it's getting a bit of power. This is also about getting power, but it's also about not going over this little bump in the post, like I just did. So it's about nicely rotating in, and then also getting the power out, so we can eventually score from this, right? So if you practice this and you get so much power on it that it almost flies into the net, or it actually does fly into the net like that, it's really deadly in a game if everyone's pushed up and you can just yeet it over everyone's head. And if you do this consistently, not like me at the moment, then you have way more options than you usually have, right? And you can also follow this up, you can also do stuff like that. But as this is a shooting pack, that's what we'll want to be focusing on right here. So for the 8th shots in the series, it's like a nice little treat. After we've done all this rotating practice, we can now take some nice shots on net. So it's like a pass and field. Make sure to get the power, make sure, hey, do I jump early, or do I want to wait for a bounce and then do I want to shoot it? Like, that's all up to you. However you want to train. I always recommend going for the faster shots, because the faster you go, the harder you'll train and the easier it will be in games. But you can also wait for the bounce if you feel comfortable like that, and then you want to try putting it on net, and then you want to try placing it. So just like the shots we have beforehand, that's all super duper okay. Also make sure that you change going high and going low as well. So don't just go like bottom right corner the whole time like I'm doing. Like also try to get it like top burns or hit the crossbar down, or you know, maybe not too high, like just try experimenting. That's basically what this pack's kind of for. It's so that you get put in like game situations where you can then practice putting it left, right, and so you get comfortable doing that. So the next shot is a nice treat again for all you people who like scoring goals, which is probably like all of you. This is like a little drop down. So game situation here would be that your teammate or your opponent is dropping it down, can be both, and you want to punish them and capitalize on the situation by putting a nice shot on net. So as I said, I don't really think you need the power and the putting it on net training for this one. You just got to get used to the shot a bit. So make sure you just get a shot off. So like I'm doing right now, I'm like, okay, this is roughly where I need to jump. This is roughly where I need to time it. And then we can start going for the placement, right? So that's to that shot. And really make sure that you're training the shooting first. It might sound stupid, but because you're training the shooting first, that gets into your muscle memory. So then you can make the adjustments based on that muscle memory. Because if you're trying to shoot, then you are building no muscle memory, and that's going to punish you in the long game. And the 10th shot, it's a bit of everything. The final shot is just the ball goes up and the ball goes down. So this is a bit more for like placement training after you've done all of your after all your placement shots. You can then try, oh, okay, so I can now place this wherever I want to. I can do a single jump shot like this, for example. And you can be like, okay, I can now place it left and right comfortably. After you've done all your repetitions, you can put it top corner. You can maybe try to put it other top corner. You can try putting it the low corners, for example, like try out different angles. So stuff like that. And as I said in the introduction, the on-target Bacchus mod plugin really helps with this because you can really see what part of the goal you hit. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and make sure to stay practicing and get that accuracy precise. I've been Fluffalz, your coach for this session. Don't forget to join the Astro Allegiance Discord, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, and like the video again. #JoinTheAllegiance.